This is the Big O Show. 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 This is the Big O Show.
There's just one place where you can drive the new 2025 Acura RDX for only $399 a month. The Customer Appreciation Sale at Acura of Pembroke Pines. Thank you for making us #1.
When presenting an award to an employee, athlete, executive, or fantasy GM, make sure you call Orvieto Awards and more. For 35 years, these custom award specialists have been providing plaques, trophies, custom framing, while providing state-of-the-art laser and computerized engraving, UV printing, and glass crystal etching. They do all their engraving and printing in-house for quality control. Call Charles at 305-949-8098 or visit them at orvietosawards.com. Orvieto's Awards and more, where recognition is rewarding.
For over 16 years, EJD Construction.com has provided South Florida residents quality craftsmanship, accurate project management, and exceptional service. That's why EJD Construction.com is an A-rated member of Angie's List and the Better Business Bureau. When you're looking for the right custom home builder for additions or home remodeling, please call my friend Eric at 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDConstruction.com.
There's just one place where you can take $10,000 off the 2025 Acura MDX. The Customer Appreciation Sale at Acura of Pembroke Pines. Thank you for making us #1.
Oh, great. You have a doorbell camera. Now you have a front row seat to your house getting robbed.
They're breaking into my house!
Ooh, there goes the TV. I'm sure it'll turn up at the pawn shop.
No, not the TV!
Just because you can see them, that doesn't mean you can stop them.
With Slomin's, you get 24-hour monitoring, a free home security system, and professional installation.
Plus, free doorbell camera, one that'll actually work for you.
Get out of my house! Get out of the house!
Call 1-800-ALARM-ME.
It starts every morning before the sun comes up. Projects are laid out. Plans are made. Equipment is fueled and loaded with inventory to handle all service requests. Orders are given to an army of skilled landscape maintenance professionals, certified arbor trimmers, irrigation technicians, and licensed pest management experts who fan out to communities and businesses all over South Florida. Experienced, on time, and dependable. Our staff is fully trained, licensed, and insured. Contact us by phone, email, social media, or through our website to answer all your landscape questions. We are Cutter's Edge. Total Landscape Solutions.
After 40 years, the Big Cheese Miami is still producing great Italian food. They started in 1984. Since then, they've been winning awards while being voted the best inexpensive Italian restaurant in Miami. Visit them for great food, amazing service. Witness the decades of Cane's memories. The walls are like a Miami Hurricanes Hall of Fame. The Big Cheese delivers anything on its menu or party platter menu to your home, office, or even a park for a picnic. Located at 8080 Southwest 67th Avenue, Miami. Call 305-662-6855. TheBigCheeseMiami.com, where they serve large portions at family prices.
We're celebrating a new year with new savings at Toyota of Hollywood, the official #1 volume Toyota dealer. Save big on a 24 Corolla, not $24,000, $17,988. Buy with 0% financing, 0 down. We're bringing you deals that strike fast and hard at the #1 volume Toyota dealer, Toyota of Hollywood, on 441 between Hollywood Boulevard and Sheridan Street. Open till midnight.
Welcome to Caneswear. New store, new items, same great experience. Family owned and operated since 2010, Caneswear has the latest merchandise from the Miami Hurricanes, Miami Dolphins, Florida Panthers, Inter Miami CF, and more. Come visit us at our store in Davie on University Drive, just south of 595, or online at caneswear.com. Caneswear, the spot Miami fans shop.
When it comes to your smile, confidence is so important. At Moodus Dental, they provide the services to get your smile back. This family-run practice prides itself by offering the latest technology to give your family the best experience possible. Moodus Dental has been in business for over 30 years with offices in Hialeah and Plantation. They accept most major dental insurances. They provide free new patient exams, 20% off select treatments. To qualify, please follow us on Instagram at moodus.dental. Moodus Dental has been in business for over 30 years. To schedule an appointment in Hialeah, call 305-821-0231 and Plantation 954-692-6825. From Invisaligns, dental implants, same-day crowns, and the preventative care and preservation to get your smile back. Go to moodusdental.com to find out more and tell them Big O sent you.
Hi, this is Jeff Welt from Welton Rheaume. Dan and I have been in business together for over 22 years. We're not your typical lawyers. When Dan's not working in the office, he's flying his stunt plane. When I'm not in the office, I'm either getting tattooed, bowling, riding a motorcycle, or going to concerts. We might not be your typical attorneys, but we are aggressive attorneys, and we'll do whatever it takes to get you what you deserve. Consultations are always free. Call us anytime, 24/7.
Welton Rheaume can help.
There's just one place where you could drive a new Acura ZDX for only $239 a month. The Customer Appreciation Sale at Acura of Pembroke Pines. Thank you for making us #1.
If you're looking to take your home or business to the next level, then RM Contractors and Custom Drywall can assist you. RM specializes in new residential turnkey, new commercial turnkey, home and office remodeling. Call them for free estimates. Serving all of South Florida, licensed and insured. Call Ray or Mike, 305-345-3649. You work hard to create the perfect atmosphere. You dream it, we'll build it. RM Contractors and Custom Drywall, 305-345-3649 or Instagram at RMC Fisher Island.
The viewpoint, statements, or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyXS.com, Media Group Inc. ownership, management, sponsors, or website. When it comes to South Florida sports teams, very few in the media have witnessed, lived, and covered it like the Big O. Let's start the program dedicated to your favorite South Florida teams with a passion that's unmatched. The Big O Radio Show is on. Here's the Big O.
All righty. Good morning, boys and girls. Yes, sir. It is a hump day, and we are here on January 29th, 2025. It is a Wednesday. We get ready for a little Heat action tonight against the Cavs. That'll be fun. See the young Heat team, see what they got against the red hot Cavs, who are monsters. I remember when people thought that Donovan Mitchell would just, leave Cleveland to come to Miami. I remember that one. That was funny as hell. I was always entertained with that one with silly ass Heat fans. The most delusional fan base in the world that has no idea about where they really stand sometimes. Anyway, welcome aboard. Time to have some fun here on the show. Mr. Sean Stanley, of course, driving it. Last night, by the way, I was at a beautiful event. It's called the Golden Apple Award. And it was at the DoubleTree right off of 72nd in the airport. Most of us that have lived here forever, like me, that hotel, you normally know it as the Radisson, with all the mirrors and all that from the highway. You can see it. So nice event. I felt like an idiot there because all these people are all teachers and they're making a difference. And I'm sitting around going, I've been talking sports and gibberish for 35 years. I've done nothing productive with my life. Meanwhile, all these people are molding kids and stuff. It's pretty cool. But anyway, it was cool seeing the rookie teacher of the year overall and the teacher of the year, because every school has individual awards and then they have that collective award overall. I did not know, by the way. Did you know this, Sean, that Dade County School Board is the third largest school board in the country? Yep. LA, New York, and Miami. And they're also A-rated 5 straight years now. So pretty good. So third largest school district. I had no idea that I figured when I turned to the teachers, my wife and everybody, I go, LA and New York, right? And they all looked at me, yeah. Like they knew, like, yeah, you idiot. Yeah, of course it's LA and New York, So I was like, because there's a part of me that was thinking Chicago a little bit, but I go LA, New York, obviously. And the guy we lost from Dade is the guy that runs LA now. I forgot his name now, that he's always dapper and, I forgot his name now, but whatever. He was running our school district down here in Dade County, and now he's running Los Angeles. Yes, sir.
Is that Carvalho or something?
That's it. Carvalho or whatever. Yes, exactly. That's the dude. All I remember when he was here is he was everywhere. Anything that was going on, the dude was there. So he was very proactive, considered very good at his job, apparently. So, yeah, I remember that. So, yeah, he's running LA. So he went from number 3 to run number 1. I mean, there's not much room where you're going to go. You know what I'm saying? So you figured that. If you're running Dade County, there's not much left. You either have to run New York or you have to run Los Angeles. But I had no idea we were number 3. No idea. I didn't know it was that big a school district that they were number 3. Pretty impressive stuff. So that was cool yesterday. Spending some time with real scholars, people that really make a difference in our world. You know what I mean? It humbles me. You know what I'm saying? Because obviously I do nothing. I have produced nothing in life. Oh, so that was the good thing about last night. It just kind of brought me down. Like, see, what you do is useless. You talk sports. You talk gibberish. You know what I'm saying? That makes nothing, So that was my reminder yesterday that what I do is not really that important. What they do, yeah, that's very important. That group of, I don't know how many, it must have been a couple thousand people in that entire thing. And by the way, the people that were like handling the serving and all that kind of stuff, man, those people are awesome. They were very organized. So we got some stuff to talk about. We got the Heat back in action. Thank God. F. Butler, remember, all Heat posts that you put on social media ended with hashtag F. Butler. Okay, just so we can continue on this road. We got the Super Bowl. week and a half away. We got some stuff to talk about there. Senior Bowl going on right now. Little couple notes out of that. Got a Dolphin note to talk about. Got all kinds of stuff. You know, I was just thinking about this, Sean. And you see the commercial on all the time, either on television, on social media, on whatever. Okay. You know who Post Malone is, right, Sean? Okay. If we had no idea who Post Malone was, nothing at all. If the name Post Malone never existed, you take off all the wording of Hard Rock and everything else, and then you just show the dude with the phone. Are you not thinking it might have been some crazy crack addict that stole somebody's phone? Just saying. Just saying. Just saying. Just saying. That's all. You know, we know it's Post Malone, but really, if you didn't know it was Post Malone, you're like, who's a crazy crack addict that stole the phone? You know, you're like, ICE is coming after you. Something like that. I'm just saying. I'm just throwing it out there. Right? I mean, you know it's Post Malone, so, you know, but really, you know, in reality. Oh, God. It's kind of like, did you see that thing that the big woman is suing Lyft now because she did? Like, yo, woman, you're bigger than a car. You don't fit in my Camry. If I worked for Lyft, I couldn't lift you. I mean, you know, it's just like there's got to be some common sense in the world, but, you know, whatever. You know, it's a lazy lawsuit or whatever. I mean, you're pushing 4 or 5 bills. You know, you're not going to fit in a lot of cars. You know, that's just kind of the facts. And you might have to have a whole row of seats, not even 2. I mean, seriously, she may have to buy 3 seats on a plane. I mean, will she fit on a plane? Will she even get through the door of a plane? The aisles? No way. She can't even get through the aisles. It'll be like the scene from Airplane when he's got the guitar and it's hitting hitting the heads. Well, all that fat will be flapping everybody on each row. Blah, 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 blah. You know, it's like Destructo. Best thing is they'll give the fat woman like row 42. So the plane's completely destroyed by the time she gets there. But I was laughing at that lawsuit. Just kind of like the whole Post Malone thing. It's kind of, spot on, Post Malone. I mean, seriously, if you didn't know it was Post Malone, you'd think it'd be a crack addict that stole somebody's phone or something. That's just kind of the way, you know, I'm just saying. It's kind of funny. Lyft will probably settle with her. Don't they have a case? That you know, warn people, hey, send Crane. Order Lyft, but order like big giant vehicle. Okay? Lyft dump truck. If they have that, then that could carry her. You know what I'm saying? That's what you got to do. So I don't know. I've taken Lyft once or twice. I've taken Uber several times. I don't think I've taken any other service. I don't know of any other one. But I've never seen the option for, you know, truck. Dump truck. So, not sure. But there should be an option for dump truck. And she should know that that's Uber Caterpillar. I like that, NorCal. Because she ain't fitting even in a Range Rover. Okay, NorCal. And you work on Range Rovers all the time. That's a pretty big vehicle. Not big enough. There's not enough range to fit her in there. She can't rove inside that Ranger. So I'm just saying.
So 3/4 ton lift. I like that, Mark. I like that. I like that. Remember to smash the like button or sit on it, whatever, since we're talking about that. Thank you, George. Appreciate you. And don't forget, you can also make a donation to the show. Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show. Cash App or Venmo. And you can make a Bitcoin or Ethereum donation, which, by the way, today, Powell is going to talk. I'm going to do a Crypto Bro show later on today because something's going to happen one way or the other. Trump wants him to cut. Powell's, he's always talked a good game and he's, whatever, gone against him. So let's see if he does. And there's no cuts. But it'd be interesting if they mention any cuts, because if they do, oh my God, the markets are going to explode. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. You know what I mean? Not that there should be any cuts, but, again, somebody else is in office now. So it might be it's a whole different ball game now. So we'll find out what kind of craziness happens with Powell today, and be alert with the markets today, because we could have some real volatility going on. Good volatility, or maybe we stay stagnant where we're at and drop a little bit more and that kind of stuff. Who knows? But alts have been taking a beating, man. Beating. Absolute beating. Alberto Larios is number one. Giovanni in. Oscar Rojas is smashing it from Melbourne. One-Eyed Jack, loving the dips. TJ Superman, Ray Sosa, Steven Gonzalez, Miles Deep, Jonathan Cago, Alexis Palenzuela, Oscar Rojas, NorCal, Skylar Tipton. 40 degrees in Chicago in late January feels like spring. You are insane. I want nothing to do with that shit. Captain Saki in Tarpon Springs, he doesn't want anything to do with that either, by the way. Gus 1388, Horn Dog, Cosa Nostra, Sweet Baby Ray is in Orlando, and he's hitting that like button. Ty in the Bronx, Pat in Asheville. He says, you have impacted more lives than you know, my friend. You should get an honorary sports psychology degree. Well, that's very kind of you. I don't know. I'm just sitting around watching people that really make a difference in life. I'm just sitting there going, what did I choose to do with my life? Did I really go out to try to make a difference in life? No, actually. These people, man, these people are special. Teachers are special, man. Teachers are special. Howie says, terrible hire for a new special teams coach. Same old. I don't know, bro. Listen, I hate to put it this way. Does it matter what you add? Did you change the head coach? Did you? Is a special teams coach really going to make the difference in the season, or is it a different head coach? In my eyes. So the way I'm viewing it is, it doesn't matter to me, bro. Mike McDaniel's in place. I already told you how I feel about it. I have no hope for next season. None. So I can't, what else can I tell you? I hope I'm wrong. And I hope that I don't have a good read on it, because me, I never have a good read on anything in South Florida sports. Rarely do I ever get anything right on South Florida sports. Rarely do I ever have a read on how a team is going to do, a player, a situation, whatever. I have such a terrible feel for South Florida sports. I may have the worst feel for South Florida sports in history, actually. So, what can I tell you? So I hope I'm wrong, because I'm often wrong. So I hope I'm dead ass wrong. But if you're hung up on the special teams coach when Mike McDaniel's still in place, I kind of think, Howie, you're not really thinking about the real issues overall. Walter Olivares, good morning to you, sir. Jeff in Long Island, George Grass, Mark Smith, Miles Deep. They have an extra large lift, and they usually send Suburbans, LOL, but it's expensive out here in Vegas. Miles Deep, did you see her? She won't fit even in the door inside one of those. I think you would have to open the hatchback and roll her in. Find out how much she weighs. She's got to weigh close to 400 pounds. Got to weigh at least 400 pounds. Seriously. 375, 425, something like that. She's ginormous, bro. You want her for guard for the Miami Dolphins. Okay? She can move some. I'm just telling you. So you got to see her. I don't know how she fits inside a doorway of a car, dude. The Lyft driver, I mean, I watch her walk right out of the house. I drive away. I'm like if I'm looking for an address still. You know? When I see her walk up and I drive away. You know, that's it. You know, that's what I would have done. I mean, I don't know. I'll give her a lift in my 95 LWB. Is that like a big ass truck? I'm sorry. I'm completely ignorant on that. You got me. I have no idea what a 95 LWB. You're treating me like some kind of, is that a Rover or something? Is that like some big ass Rover? Is that like some Caterpillar truck or something? I don't know. I don't know what that is. What is the snack situation in a lift? Morning, Ray. Oh, the metal structure in my back is killing me in cold weather. How is the foot? The foot it's there. It's, it's good. I'm supposed to go walking today with the wife, so looking forward to that. Javard says, I keep saying that teachers should be paid a lot more than they are, specifically public school teachers. They have it tougher than anyone. Yeah, I agree. Earl's Classic Cars is chiming in. Now, he wouldn't send any of his classic cars to pick her up. So true, oh. Nothing will change for the Finns until they kill the two-headed snake, Greer and McDaniel. She's 489. No, you guys are lying to me now. NorCal through 420.
I'm looking at all of the main and they just say plus size. Nobody's saying like a weight.
Okay.
And the part that I guess what she said is the Lyft driver said, you can't get in my car because the tires will explode.
I'm telling you, dude, I saw her. She looks like she's 400 pounds. That 300 was passed a long time ago. Okay? She's 4 bills right around there, bro. Easy 4 bills. Yeah, dude, that's hard to get in any car. Yeah, and you're going to ruin the car. Yeah, she might die getting in your car, and then that's a really bad situation. You know what I'm saying? Jay Gelfin, hump day. Oh, we're talking about the fat woman hump day. Very nice job by you, Jay, showing a big ass camel. Orlando, Sean, Jack. I know that's not what you meant. I'm just having some fun with it. Spo's lineup tonight will show a lot. I'm actually enjoying the Heat more without him. Yeah, dude, of course, because that's real Heat basketball, what you're watching. Guys that give a shit. They're trying on both sides of the court. They're playing hard like regular Heat basketball. They actually give a shit about the regular season. That's Heat basketball. Stuff like that, dude. So, yeah, of course, I'm enjoying it, too. The growth of Khalil Ware is it's exciting. Maybe you're developing a star because the dude's got dog in him, dude. I mean, like him a lot. Wow, I stumped. Oh, yes, my 95 Range Rover LWB could give her a lift. The air suspension would lower the car enough to scoop her right up. Wow. Jamesville says she's almost 500.
Yeah, I found an international publication. And again, I don't know but it says she's 220 kilograms, which equates to 485 pounds.
So she's pushing 5? Well, she is fat, bro. I mean, she's supremely fat. Okay? That is a fat ass woman. So wow. Yeah. You can say big girl. I'll say big fat girl if you want. I'm a fat guy, bro. You know what I mean? So too bad. That's just kind of the way it is. If you don't know you're fat when you're fat, what's wrong with you? You're gonna lie to yourself too? I love this. I love this society we're in that we love to lie to ourselves. You know what I mean? It's like, come on, bro. I'm fat. I need to lose weight. I lost 40. Now I'm still got to lose 30 more because I'm still fat. You know? What do you want me to do? I have no problem saying I'm fat. So guess what? I'm not going to have a problem saying that someone else is fat. You know? Just like now that I'm old, I have no problem telling somebody else, you're too damn old, man. You're just an old fart. You think like an old fart all the time. I have zero issues telling somebody they're too old. Now that I'm too old, I can tell you you're too old. So, yeah. I'm picking her up and getting her in the burpee training. I'll have her under 420 before Bitcoin hits 200K. No shot. No shot. Frankie, the Trump Media and Technology Group has announced a new expansion. Yes, they're going into Bitcoin and crypto, of course. You know how much money he's made on the meme coins? Now he can put it into real crypto. The idiots buy the meme coins. They lose the money. They make billions. Now they put it over and put it plenty of money for him. Doesn't help any American. It helps them. But, you know, that's how it goes. Everybody enriches themselves. AOC walks around and $5,000 dresses, you know, so yeah, they're all enriching themselves. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. Not that that'll help any American, it'll help them, but you know, that's fine. It's not, you know, the meme coins didn't help any American, help them, the insiders, you know, that's it, you know, it's all good, Frankie. It's all good in the hood. So nothing's changed, dude. Both sides of the aisle, they'll cash in, and the rest of you won't. You know, that's just kind of the way it goes. So, just saying. LB, good morning, Big O, XRP Army, and Jasmine Coin. Let's go. Jojo Gunn says, why stop at Lyft? She can also take the airlines, theme parks, restaurants, stadiums, also becoming, she isn't fitting in any of them. I know. And it's her fault. Look at her. There she is. Can you enlarge that picture? I mean, bro, she's not going to fit in a lot of places. Is that an aisle? Is she in an aisle? In a shopping aisle? Because she's filling up the entire aisle.
Yeah, it's an aisle.
Well, not anymore. It's a clogged up alleyway. The woman takes up an entire aisle. She's going to complain to Lyft that they can't lift her. Come on, man. This world is just like, you know, sweetheart, look in the mirror. You're the problem, not Lyft. You know. I understand that issue, you know, not to that size, but you know, I've pushed to 300, by the way. I got to 298. 298. So I'm at 238 right now. And I still need to lose 30 more pounds. Okay? But I got to 298. That was my peak weight. So don't blame Lyft for your problems. If your back hurts, don't blame somebody else. That's your problem, not anybody else. That's just wrong. Trying to embarrass a company for no reason at all. So it's sad. She could call Welton Rheaume. By the way, Jeff Welt has lost way more weight than I have. He's even slimmer than that picture now. He's lost like 70 pounds or something like that. It's amazing. Let's see. What else? Emergency lift on aisle 3. She jumped in the air and got stuck. Yeah, basically. She meant to call a forklift. You take a sharp turn with that cargo and the car is flipping over. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, she can't. Once she sits on one side of the car, it's like over, bro. I mean, she can't sit on one side of the car. It's just it's like a blob. It's just going to sit all over the car. She's taking up the entire aisle. So if she sits, it's just going to settle in, go into the front seat and all different kinds of, it's like the blob. It'll just go into the air vents all over the place. She sits down, it just widens all over. You're driving and you're pressed up, just fat up against the windows. You got to lower the windows. The fat is sneaking out the windows. The back window is pressured out. It's about to explode. Did I describe it properly? Just saying. That's all. Just saying. Anyway, what can I tell you? I can tell you that we could go to our 3A Graphics sports calendar with the great Alan Blanco, custom printing and embroidery this morning. Tonight at 7:30, the Cavs and the Miami Heat. F. Butler. Hashtag F. Butler. Hashtag F. Butler. Cavs, by the way, are favored by 7.5 points tonight. The over and unders 227.5. Cavs are minus 305 on the money line. The Heat is plus 245 on the money line. What do you think, Sean? Do you take the Heat money line for fun? Because they shouldn't win, but I mean, Cavs are 37-9. Anyway, tonight on the ice, the Kings and the Panthers, both teams at home. I hate these nights, by the way. The only thing I like is that the first half hour I get to watch the Panthers without any interruptions. But then I got to go to the whole 2TV thing, and it just, you can't have the volume on both. You got to have the volume down on one, the other one, and so it's frustrating, by the way. At Rick Case Arena tonight, NSU is hosting Lynn University. Good luck to the Sharks, but Lynn University is also a hometown team too, so good luck to Lynn also. Also at 7 on ESPNU, UM basketball, men's. They're sadly 4-16. They're hosting Virginia, who's 9-11. This isn't necessarily a scintillating game. And at 7 o'clock also, FAU will be hosting the University of Texas San Antonio. And they are 9-10, and FAU is 10-10. Quite a difference, huh? From the run of UM and FAU a few years back to where they're at right now. One's 4-16, the other one's 10-10. How the mighty have fallen, dude. That is rough. That is your 3A Graphics sports calendar. Call my friend Alan Blanco. If your company, your corporation, school, business needs some custom printing, embroidery, any uniforms, call him 786-618-1443. NorCal says, one of my customers was pushing 400 and has lost about 240 pounds. She's freaking cool, and I've known her from her big days. She was losing weight when I started to lose my 90. Wow. That's impressive, dude. That's a special person. That's a special person. Because to get that far and then to come back like that, that takes kind of discipline that most of us will never have. That's pretty special, man. Yep. Big O, we are not old, we are experienced. That's a nice way of putting it. That's a good way. It's a good way. She fell and caused a 7.5 earthquake on the Richter scale. Well, she would cause that exactly if she fell. That's for damn sure. The logical male is chiming in with a super chat. Thank you, logical male. It's very nice of you, sir. Big O, I believe the Heat should have gotten rid of Butler after the 23 finals and should have plan B after the botched Damian Lillard deal. Well, my brother, you might be new to the channel or something, but I was the guy that right after that said, right before that extension, I said, now's the time to trade him. And I was called an evil person. But at that moment, by the way, logical male, not you or anybody else was pretty much agreeing with me because they all thought I was insane. Oh my God, how can you do that? Oh, we just gone to 2 NBA finals and 3 Eastern Conference finals. And well, because you maxed it out, you're stuck with the Kyle Lowry thing. It's time to move on. And, but they did what they did. And this is a situation they're in now. They have mishandled a lot of things the last 10 years. It's not just Jimmy Butler. It's not just Kyle Lowry. It's not just Dwayne Dedman. It's not just Hassan Whiteside. It just goes on and on and on and on and on. A lot of bad decisions the last 10 years by the front office. Riley in the front office, when it comes to free agency and trades, they have left a lot to be desired. So, and they only got Butler because of Wade. Riley has even struggled to recruit a whale. He can't get a whale anymore. The last time he got a whale was Shaq. It was the last time. Every other whale that's come has been Wade that got him here, not Riley. So, that's the real issue right now is that the Heat front office is on a funk of 10 years of not making smart moves and good moves in free agency and trades. They've gotten better in drafting. They're actually doing a really good job overall. And that's why I say they need to hopefully trade Butler and Tyler Hero. Since I'm the evil guy again, logical male. I want Tyler Hero traded. I think you can now finally get something for him. And I don't think he's the guy. Just like the other night, like I'm hearing people talk about, oh, well, Tyler had 30 points. He led the Heat. He was fantastic. Bro, he was 12 of 28. He shot 28 times to score 30 points. That's not productive. He shot 4 of 15 from three-point range. You have 12 assists. You have 5 turnovers. Your defense isn't that good. It's like we have too many delusional people, and it's the same kind of stuff that happened with Jimmy. Oh, no, we just went to this. Same thing. So I would be trying to trade Jimmy and Tyler and trying to get picks as much as I can so I can try to use those picks for 1 star, or I have those picks and then I'll turn them into draft picks. And I'll just keep bringing more and more young guys. And I have the best coach in the world. And he will develop them. And he will maximize all of them. And he might develop them into a star. Like maybe Khalil Ware could be a star. That's it. That's what I would do if I'm the Heat. Because you're better at that right now than you are in the trade game. In the free agent game. You really haven't done a good job there lately. So draft and develop. Right now, that's what I would do. So trade the assets that you can. Butler, if you can, and definitely Tyler, if you can. If somebody needs a scorer, man, give them Tyler Hero. You're playing with fire. It's a miracle he has stayed this healthy. But overall, he's still not the guy. Okay? So I'm just saying. But it is what it is. He's got a skill. And that's something that you can use on some teams. But I wouldn't have him as my 1 or 2 or anything like that. And that's what he has to be on this team. And that's not, for me, a 1 or a 2. He doesn't bring that. She is not fat, Big O. She is calorically challenged. Make Miami great again, says nothing mighty about FAU. Dusty May carried that program. Thank you, Mr. Obvious. Let's see. Big O, wouldn't it be nice if we could draft Arande Gadsden Jr.? What for? We're going to keep talking about that? You know what I'm saying? This guy, he doesn't run the ball and he doesn't use tall receivers. By some miracle, he finally used the tight end. Maybe the Heat can sign her to be a whale, considering she's close to being an actual whale. Maybe that's the only kind of whale Riley can sign. It's a good one. Giovanni says basketball NBA now isn't really a GM league. GMs maintain structure with the finance and shaping, fitting rosters under budgets. Players make the league and connect friends to play, but you know that. Yeah, there's a lot of that going on, but you can still draft. You know what I mean? Because that's kind of what OKC has done. They've drafted. Cleveland, they drafted and signed and traded for a star. So it wasn't really like they were brought together. You know what I'm saying? So some of these teams have been able to draft and create their own teams and put it all together. It wasn't necessarily that they were brought together. And the system now doesn't allow you, because of the aprons, it doesn't allow you to build super teams anymore. So that becomes a problem now. Nobody's building a super team now with the new rules. So you've got to go through the way Cleveland has done it, the way OKC is doing it, the way Memphis is doing it. You've got to build. You've got to trade for picks and then use those picks to either get a star or draft them. And that's why I want the Dolphins, the Heat, to go to the ladder. Grab whatever picks you can get for Jimmy, whatever picks you can get for Tyler, and now draft. I know. You can't trade Tyler, He turned the corner. He's the guy. Just out of curiosity, Sean, do me a favor. Poll question. Just want to see what the pulse is for the fan base. Would you trade Tyler if you knew you were getting 2 first-round picks or more? Would you trade Tyler Hero if you're getting 2 first-round picks or more? I get maybe 1, you may not do it, right? But if you, because 1 is nothing. But if you're getting 2, okay, right? Because people easily give away 2. They'll give 3 and 4 picks sometimes for players. But Tyler is a scorer. So if you're challenging for a title and you need 1 more scorer, you'd easily be willing to give up, because you're almost going for a title, right? So you're in the back end of the first round. You'll easily give up 2 first-rounders. Easily. You may end up getting 2 first-rounders and 2 pick swaps, or 3 first-rounders, or 2 first-rounders and 4 second-rounders or something. I mean, you'll get more. But I'm just going to say 2 first-rounders. That's all I'm going to say. 2 first-rounders. Okay? I want to see what the poll question says. That's all. That'll be interesting to see what the feel is. Okay? Big O, would you go O-line or tight end at 13? Because that's what I see most fans would want in that spot. I've already been saying it's about the fat boys. I'm not getting a tight end. I have a tight end already. Why would I go? Why would you go with your first pick with a redundancy pick? Why would you do that? When you know you've got to win at the line of scrimmage, that's your main problem for 40 years now. For 40 years, you never win at the line of scrimmages. Why would you get a tight end? And guess what you said, bro? Big O, who would you go for, line or tight end, or at 13? Because that's what I see most fans. Juan, let me ask you something. What the fuck do fans know? I'm just wondering, Juan, what the fuck do fans know? They're fans. They're fanatical. Their hearts, their emotions are mostly, some of you might know, but most of you, you don't know. That's why you say stupid shit like tight end at 13. You know they can't win on the D line or O line. There'll be D or O linemen at 13, and you're talking tight end. Seriously, how stupid are you? I'm just wondering. You have a tight end already in place. Pro Bowl tight end in place, right? I might as well throw it out there. He had Pro Bowl numbers anyways. If they actually would have thrown the ball to him in the first month, he would have easily gone over 1,000 yards. So I'm just wondering, why would anybody want a tight end when you can't win on the defensive line and the offensive line? Fans. Yeah. Fans wanted Butler back. Fans wanted Tyreek back. Yeah. Fans. Yeah. Go listen to the fans. You know what the saying is, right? Listen to the fans and you'll end up in the stands. Anyway, where do you think Javon Holland will end? I have no idea. No idea. Draft, true, but who you draft, develop, and bring that final piece 100%. Yep. And there it is. Would you trade Tyler Hero for 2 first-round picks or more? But yes. And 82% so far say yes. Drafting a tight end would be stupid as hell. The O-line in Miami sucks. And the D-line. You got to get a fat guy next to Sealer, bro. You have your pass rushers and you have Sealer. Okay? You need another guy in the middle, man. You need a disruptor in the middle next to Sealer. Why would anybody not think of either O or D-line? Like tight end. That's fan stuff. Shiny little object. It's like you already have a tight end, dumbass. A guy that's a Pro Bowler. What? Whatever. Let's see. I don't trust them to build an O-line in the last 3 years. They have failed to do that. I think they've built lines. The problem is they've got the wrong person coaching them up. If you don't develop an attitude to run the ball, you'll never run the ball, because he did it for a few games and then he goes away from it. He didn't do it at the beginning. Then he loses Tua. They get to it. They start running the ball, and then they get away from it again. And this is who they are. They had Rob Hunt here. So that's the kind of guard you need, right? After, see, you're the same person that wanted Connor Williams back in week 1. When you were already complaining about Aaron Brewer, and he hadn't even played yet. And Aaron Brewer ended up becoming a very good player, and Connor Williams was out. It's what I hear all the time. There's so much inconsistency in all of this. The coaching is your problem. You should have won 4 more games. With that line, with that quarterback or quarterbacks, with that team, you should have won easily 4 more games. So that's where I differ here. To me, that's why I say it doesn't matter who you add as a special teams coach. Doesn't matter what you add on talent. They're not going to carry Mike McDaniel. Mike McDaniel will screw up the game. So I disagree with you. I think they would have run the ball a lot more if they would have had an attitude. Just like in Buffalo when you're averaging 9 yards a carry 2 years ago and you just, okay, no, we're going to stop running the ball. You're averaging 7 yards a carry against Green Bay. The same line, the same guys. And then you just stop. And then we see, over the years, we see linemen leave from here and they go and have success somewhere else. And they go play somewhere else. So I have, Rob Hunt didn't have a holding penalty this year. He didn't miss a down, I think, also, or something like that. It's like something stupid. So they drafted him. It's not like they can't draft him, right? They drafted the tackles. They found the center cheap. So they can do it. It's not the problem at the top. It's the problem at the bottom. And that's the problem from the top, that they can't put the right coach in place. That's really more of the issue than anything else. You have the wrong coach. You keep pointing the fingers everywhere else when Mike McDaniel is the problem. And he constantly proves it by not winning challenges, by not sticking to the run, by running the same offense when he puts Snoop Huntley in. Like, yo, dude, let's go. And Snoop didn't start running till the last game that he played. It's like, and then he got injured. Like, it just, the stuff that this guy does makes zero sense. You sign Jonnu Smith and he doesn't use him the first month. It's just, Mike McDaniel is the main reason why you will go nowhere. Nowhere. And that's it. Simple. So, anyway. We need help on both lines. We don't need another tight end or wide receiver. Well, the tall wide receiver you do need. You do need a couple of those. You need big physical receivers in this league. You got to have some of them. They can't all be midgets. But again, who wants all midgets? Mike McDaniel. Who allows them to get all the midgets? The top of the office. But then again, if the front office goes, well, we got him a tight end, we guaranteed Gesicki money, he didn't even use him, and Gesicki can play just fine with Burrow. And then we got him Jonnu, and he didn't use him the first month, and then finally, so there's got to be frustrations in the front office too, because okay, if we get the big receiver, he doesn't know how to use him, he doesn't know how to implement him in there. But Tua desperately needs big receivers. Every quarterback should have big receivers. Easier targets, range. I remember Culpepper used to play with the guys with the best range in the world I've ever seen in my life. Because he wasn't the most accurate quarterback. So what they did was they went and got Chris Carter. Well, not got, but they had Carter, Jake Reed, and Randy Moss. So they had guys that had range. And then they had a, what was the name of the tight end? It was with like a K. I want to say like Klingbeil, like the former Dolphin, but it's not Klingbeil. It's like Cliff Klingman or something like, and he was a tall tight end too, kind of a rangy tight end. If you can look it up for me, Sean, in that era. Anyway, so Kleinsasser is his name. Jim Kleinsasser. I don't know how this shit rolls in my head. Anyway, so he had range, and all of them had range. And it made Culpepper's life easier. When we got here, they didn't realize that when they got here that they didn't have an accurate quarterback because Culpepper was an athlete. He wasn't really a great passer, but he had a gun. He was an athlete. He could throw it downfield, but all he had to do was be in the range because those guys would just capture all balls. It didn't matter because he had a group of receivers that had range. You know what I mean? And I think it's important to have an Oronde Gadsden on your team. You know, it's important. You want people that have range. It makes the life of a quarterback easier. That all they have to do, if you throw it to Mark Clayton, he's going to jump up in the air at 47 inches and get the ball and have all kinds of body control. It's not just about separating down on the field. It's about also using your athleticism and your range. And so it helps to have receivers that have range. Miami has no receivers that have range. But again, we have a coach that refuses to implement and find a way to get those receivers in there. Because if he really wanted to do it, don't you think that they would do it in the front office and get it for him? But he loves midgets. He loves Oompa Loompas. So who's your problem? Mike McDaniel. I'm telling you, look, as I've told everybody in that building, I go, you guys haven't done a bad job. You guys have done a good job. Where you screwed up is you got the wrong coach. It's going to get all of you fired. He doesn't know how to coach. That's all. So it's hard for me to feel good about next year in any way, shape, or form because of Mike McDaniel. So anyway, Mason Taylor will be there in the later rounds. Whatever, bro. It's just silly fan bullshit. What else do we have? Scott Ferguson, the Dolphins need to draft a QB that can win. Yeah, no, I know. Yeah, exactly. I think the Dolphins already have their coach in Weaver and GM in Marvin Allen. I doubt that very much. I think if Weaver could become an interim coach while you fire everybody, but if they fire, they're going to just clean house, bro. They're not going to go with anything that's left over, pretty much. That's kind of the way it goes. So, what else? Yeah, it is Kleinsasser, One-Eyed Jack. Thank you. Jim Kleinsasser. I remember the name after. Gadsden was perfect for Marino and Fiedler and everybody, not just Fiedler. Gadsden was great for everybody, bro. You remember that Indy game for Marino? Who did he complete it to down the sideline? Who had the range? Oronde Gadsden. You know what I mean? Don't make it sound that it's just for the shitty quarterback. It's for the great quarterback too. You need range. You know, Justin Jefferson helps any quarterback. Any quarterback. He's going to help. Doesn't matter who you are. So it's not about a Jay Fiedler thing. It helped Marino to have Mark Clayton. Okay? And at the end of Marino's career, it helped him to have Oronde Gadsden too. Because for him to turn to that young guy and say, hey, you're fresh out of the Arena League. I need you in this big moment. And the son of a bitch says, yeah, let's go. I'm a money player. That's impressive, dude. That's impressive. So Finn's got 10 picks. We got to draft 2 OGs, OT, DT, DE, safety, QB, linebacker, wide receiver. So we're real close. LOL. Big O, musician Bruce Hornsby had the range for years. Yes, he did. And he is from the... That's the way it is. Let's see. NBA ratings are low, but they want to start a Euro League. Oh, they'll watch over there. They watch in China. Yeah. Makes sense. Midgets are funny to look at, especially when they have cigars like the cartoon baby who smoked. Thank you for the super chat. Let's see. Brian says, at least Hill called the front office out, fix this, and get some dogs. He ain't wrong. We all know Greer won't get any. I'm sorry. Tyreek's a dog? You talk about the guy that runs wrong routes and creates interceptions? You talk about the guy that drops key balls in key moments? You talk about the guy that told Kansas City he would be a terror for him all week, and then he just gave the game away to Kansas City all by his lonesome? You know, Tua dropped the ball right in his hands. Nice deep ball. Dropped it. Fumble. Touchdown. I'm not exactly sure, but last time I checked, Tyreek can't call anybody out. He's not a dog. I've watched him from day one here drop footballs in key moments, third downs, kill drives, touchdowns. Remember in Buffalo, he and Trent Sherfield dropped back-to-back touchdowns. No, I know it's all Tua's fault, but, whatever. So I'm not sure what you're talking about, my brother, but Kansas City got rid of his ass, and they're about to win their third Super Bowl without him. I'm not sure. But see, that's what I love about fans. Oh, you see, Tyreek called them out. But wait a minute. I'm not smart enough as a fan to know, wait a minute, Tyreek can't call anybody out. That guy is a failure on a consistent basis. That guy constantly screws up and runs his mouth and does all kinds of stupid shit off the field, constantly embarrassing the team. But I'm going to stand by Tyreek. I didn't even watch it, but I saw Omar put how Tyreek can fix his relationship with the team. I didn't even bother to watch the video because with that title there, I'm already like, yeah, sure, dude. What he needs to do is fix himself. Okay? All of Tyreek's problems start and end with him. Anybody that tries to back Tyreek, follow Tyreek on anything, you also got issues too. You obviously don't know how to read the room. Media, fans, any of you that are standing with Tyreek on anything, and you're not holding Tyreek to the same standard because he's not a dog. Okay? This is a quitter. That's what this is. This is a quitter. He wanted money. He wasn't about winning in Kansas City. He wanted money. That's why he came here. That's why he chose Miami over New York, because of the taxes. He said it. He wasn't about winning, so he's not about that life. Dwayne Wade went and got and took less and recruited others and all that to win. Tom Brady took less to win. Tyreek wasn't willing. You know what? I'm with the best quarterback in the business. I can win more titles. Yeah, I'm with the great coach. Let me stay here and take a little less. No, I want to go to Florida. No tax money. You talk about the guy that quits on his relationship too and is banging all kinds of other women and having kids all over the place. Talk about that guy. Is that the guy you're backing up? Just wondering. You talk about the guy that whatever has gone on with his wife, he files for divorce right away. You talk about that quitter? I'm just wondering, Brian Reinke. I mean, you want to back Tyreek Hill. I love that. Love that. Can't wait for that, because that's a conversation I love to have with people and chew them up and spit them right out. Media, whoever. You want to defend Tyreek. Really? You want to defend Tyreek? Come on, man. Tyreek is part of your problem. Not part of the solution. He's part of the problem. He's not part of the solution. People like that's why Kansas City got rid of him, because he wasn't part of the solution. They won in spite of him. So they got rid of him. And now they win regardless. And they win without less bullshit. They don't have to worry about it. And they don't have to go out and get the greatest receivers in the world, because Juju Smith-Schuster isn't the greatest receivers in the world. Mecole Hardman isn't the greatest receiver in the world. They have one of the great tight ends, but they don't have this. Oh, my God, Xavier Worthy's a nice little receiver, but he looks better there than he would in most places. It's part that people don't understand, that he's being coached by Reed, set up by Reed, and he's got Mahomes. So that's going to make him look a lot better than what he is. But he's good. But still, it's not it's not Rice Taylor. We're not talking about an all-time receiving core right now. It's not Torrey Holt and Isaac Bruce out there. So remember, before you start defending Tyreek and him calling anybody out, when you need to call him out, is what you need to do. Have some balls and actually look at the situation for what it really is, and what really Tyreek is, the phony that he is. Come on, man. The poll question: would you trade Tyler Hero for 2 first-round picks? We are still at 82%. Yes. 18% no. Frankie, thank you for the super chat. He says Finns had 6'2" Cedric Wilson, Trent Sherfield 6'1", Braylon Sanders 6'1", and drafted Azukama 6'2", Craycraft 6'0". So we did really have small wide we did really have small wide receivers. First of all, Sanders doesn't play, runs the wrong routes. That Buffalo game that Trent Sherfield and Tyreek dropped touchdowns, Tua threw him a beautiful touchdown, and the kid stopped. Ran the wrong route because, of course, your coaching staff isn't great, whatever. Cedric Wilson, they couldn't find a way to use him. What else? Trent Sherfield, they got rid of him after only 1 year. And Azukama, that kid can't stay healthy, unfortunately. So really, the guys they use are midgets. That's all. Only thing Tyreek is a dog at is knocking up half of South Florida's women and starting crap with the police. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Yeah, Reek has great hands. Ask all 20 of his baby mamas. Let's see. No defending Reek. He could be part of the solution, but he's not part of the solution. There's no could here, nothing. Let's go with reality. He's part of the problem, not part of the solution. Okay, he's not a leader. He's not a guy you really want representing your team and leading your team. Nothing about him says captain or leader. And they shouldn't have guaranteed him the money. That's where they made a mistake. I just want the Dolphins to win a Super Bowl. You're right, Big O. All he wanted was money, and now we're stuck. Yeah. Casey made that bum Rice from SMU look good, too. Exactly. Looks like Anthony Weaver will be staying with the Dolphins. Well, now that you brought it up, if there's something that you want to feel good about if you're the Miami Dolphins, is that the New Orleans Saints looks like they are not going to be hiring Anthony Weaver as their head coach. He is not considered the leading candidate. Right now, according to Jonathan Jones, Kellen Moore is the leading candidate. Now, Jonathan Jones is the same guy that reported that Chris Greer was thinking of retiring and taking some kind of upper management position or some bullshit, which there was zero truth to that story. There was not an ounce of truth to that story. So whoever fed that bullshit to Jonathan Jones, well, he put out an irresponsible report because there was nothing that was even remotely close to even truth to that. Problem that we have in our business here is that not enough media calls out media when it's bullshit because they're all worried about it and all that. You know, since I'm not stuck in this corporate world, I don't really give a shit. And I don't care if I piss off another media member. They can call me if they want. They can reach out and I can tell them to their face the issue. No problem. I have no problem with that. Zero. And if I'm wrong, I'll say I'm wrong. So, but Jonathan Jones, that was a bullshit report that he put out for Chris Greer. Just like Josina Anderson put out a bullshit report about the Dolphins are still looking for a quarterback to replace Tua when they were never trying to replace Tua. That was a complete bullshit report. Now, it's not to say that both Jonathan Jones and Josina can't get good stories. They're going to get some good stories. But I can say, since I know more about the Dolphins than both of them combined will ever know. I forgot more about the Dolphins and know more about the Dolphins than both of them combined would ever know. Actually, more than them and everybody else locally in the media, too, combined. Let's just throw it all in there because I don't give a shit. Okay, so, you know, I know. But since Jonathan Jones, he might know more than I do about what's going on in the Saints situation. I can't say that. I know what goes on with the Dolphins, and I'm pretty good at putting myself out there with that. So we'll go with Jonathan Jones. So you, Dolphin Nation out there, you get a break. Anthony Weaver is going to come back. You get 2 breaks. Because if Anthony Weaver somehow gets stolen after next season, then you will get compensation. I know what a lot of you are saying. You don't want him to get stolen. You want him to get hired here and replace Mike McDaniel. Only problem I worry about is if he replaces him, it's an interim situation, and then you've got all the changes, and usually the interim just doesn't stick. You know what I'm saying? So that's where I'm a little concerned. Welton Rheaume. Jeff Welton, Daniel Rheaume, they know how to get it done. 954-966-4646. You need lawyers you can trust. Bankruptcy, homeowner property damage, condo damage, criminal defense, business owner claims, commercial litigation, personal injury. You need people you can trust. And in today's world, oh man, with today's laws here in Florida especially, they have the new laws are benefiting more the insurance companies, not you. So if you're having problems with an insurance company and they're not living up to their promises and their responsibilities, because they're quick at collecting our premium, aren't they? Well, when they've got to deliver, they struggle at times, and you need the right lawyers. Call Jeff Welt or Daniel Rheaume, 954-966-4646. I promise you, they are going to kick ass and get it done for you at Welt and Rheaume. Big O, who's got more dog in him, McDaniel or Reek? Neither one. Get rid of both of them. So, let's see. We don't need a fast player that weighs 190 pounds. I don't know what that's about. Let's see what we got going on. Anything going on in the markets? Dow is up 2 points. The S&P's down 22. NASDAQ barely down a point. So far, I see nothing. Kentucky and South Carolina proposed strategic Bitcoin reserves. Nope. Still nothing. Waiting for Fed Powell to talk. And hopefully we'll get something. I got a call from Colombia. Willie, you're calling my phone now? So Big O, what position do you think Miami goes? I have no idea, Joel. Like I told you, I'd go Fat Boys. offensive line or a guard, but we're too early in the process for any of that right now to get into any of that, to be quite honest. I have no idea right now what we're going to do there in that area. By the way, can I ask a personal question? Any of you get that email from like a federal employee, like they're telling you, you can take that leave of out because they're obviously going to lower the amount of employees that we have in the government, which, I'm sure that has to be done, but that's got to be intimidating and like, wow. Kind of, I saw that yesterday. I saw that story. Like, can you imagine you're getting an email from the government telling you, well, listen, here's a option for you. And deep down inside, you know that if you don't take this option, you're probably going to get fired anyway because they're going to clean house anyway. It's just like, wow. That had to have been kind of rough yesterday for a lot of people, dude. Okay. Not comfortable when you got a job and you've had a career for a while and you're all of a sudden, what stage of you are in your life and you have to then drastically change and you're not ready for it. And this may cause people to move. This may cause people obviously to really upend their world. You know what I'm saying? And I know things have to be done. They've got to shave some money off of this, but I saw that yesterday. So my heart goes out to any of you out there that had to get that because, wow, it's crazy. So Super Bowl wise, we got the Chiefs favored by 1.5. I already bet the Chiefs just for the hell of it, just to start off. I had to get a little some in there. I feel good about that game. Over and under is 49.5. The Chiefs are minus 130 on the money line. Eagles are plus 110. Super Bowl ads are up to $8 million. Up from 500,000 from last year. And they're sold out. Sold out. The Bills-Chiefs game got 57.7 million. Most watched AFC championship game since 1988. Since the pandemic, sports has become even more important as programming for TV companies or platforms now, because we have to mention it that way. And just look at that, 57.7 million people watching that game. That's crazy, man. That's a lot of people watching. That's a lot of power for the NFL. And Mahomes, by the way, and Jalen Hurts, it's the first Super Bowl with 2 starting black quarterbacks, which is a milestone, which is pretty cool. What else do we have? Jaden Daniels. It's early in the year, but he's got the number 1 selling jersey in the NFL. 2025 just started, but the kid, obviously, with the playoff run that they had, and I'm sure if you're a Washington fan, how the hell are you not excited about him, right? It's crazy. And Saquon Barkley, by the way, made a $500,000 bonus for making the Super Bowl. So his salary goes up to $15 million this year that he ends up making. He's worth more. We all know it compared to other players, but the running back position is just not valued that way. But man, he's the MVP. He's worth every penny, and good for him. Now he's in the Super Bowl. I don't think he'll win it, but think about this. He could have been with the Giants. And what? So instead, he's with Philadelphia, and he's about winning. I'm sure he's happy. Tyreek wants his money. Well, Saquon wants to win, and that's exactly what he's doing in Philadelphia, man. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. If you're Pat, would you pull the trigger on Fox from Sacramento? Steven, I love you, brother, but you come up with the stuff that is the most unrealistic stuff. So how are you getting DeAndre Fox? That's what I want to know. How are you getting him? What fantasy trade are you going to come up with? Just wondering. Where are you getting that silliness? Because they have nothing to trade for him at all. They can get a world for him. Miami doesn't have that to offer. That's been their problem for years now. This is why they're the bridesmaid and never the bride. You know what I'm saying? You come up with some fan stuff, bro, that it's constantly unrealistic stuff. Like you're not really following the business of the game. They're going to be able to get a lot for DeAndre Fox. Miami doesn't have anything to give. That's why you want to trade Butler and Jim and Tyler, so you can amass picks. So when stuff like that happens, you're ready for the next one. But they're not in the DeAndre Fox sweepstakes. There'll be plenty of teams that'll have better offers for Sacramento, and Sacramento will be able to get a lot better offers than what Miami can. So I'm not sure what you're reading or what, Heat YouTuber you're watching because they got to fill time or something. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna douse it with cold water for you. So, stop with the silliness. Let's just end it there. Let's see. I get those scam calls from Uncle Putin. I got one from Russia too, man. Yeah. Clinton did the same thing, about 2 years of pay to quit. My friend laid on the beach for 2 years and then was hired back at her same desk. Oh, well, I know they gotta cut down our government. You know what I'm saying? Because it's way too big, way too big, way too much money. But they'll go to the extreme on this one. It's just one side goes to one extreme, the other side will go to the other extreme, and we'll all pay the price in the end. I just feel bad for those people that like all of a sudden got it, and now you've got a life-altering thing for 7 months. Okay, it's a good thing for 7 months. You can have a side job and make money, but then after 7 months, you're starting a whole new career that you weren't planning on or anything like that. That could be life-changing, man. You know what I'm saying? Life-altering. You may not make the same money again. All kinds of stuff like that. It's just, I feel bad for those people, but it has to be done. There's no doubt about it. You have to do something. You have to scale down the size of our government. It's way too big, way too big. I have no problem with that. It's just, I feel bad for those people. You know what I mean? It's kind of tough, man. What else? Am I the only one doing mock drafts? Yeah. I have a life, so I will not be doing any mock drafts. Let's see what else. Hurts and Mahomes played each other in the Super Bowl a couple years ago. Not the first. Well, that is true. It is the second time with those two. Mahomes hurt. Yes, I got it. Miami Heat have scheduled about $80 million in cap space. Yeah, in 26. Yeah. Let's just hope they can get a really good free agent. I just hope they don't settle for a free agent just because they're trying to get a Band-Aid for a year or two. Try to get somebody young. If not, draft and develop. The thing that's hurt Riley is his desire to want to win so quickly and try to turn it over so quickly. And you can't anymore in this system. And they've got to take a couple steps back. So let's just see what ends up happening. But again, I don't know if they want to trade Tyler. They might be delusional like they've been the last 10 years about a lot of things. So I'm not sure. 80% of you would trade Tyler. I don't know if they would. I'm not sure. I don't feel bad for anyone. 5 months is plenty of time to get it figured out. You got to take a cut for the excess funds. No, I have no problem with the cut, but those people still have to go through a change that they may not be able to find another job. You know, they may have to change careers. They may make less money. They may be forced to move. You know, there could be a lot of trickle-down effects to all of it. It has to be done. There's no doubt in my mind the government is way too big. So I'm good with that. I get it. You know, if they do something I disagree with, I'll say it. And if they do something I agree with, I'm going to say it. You know what I mean? I don't care. But I just feel bad for them, you know? Let's see. Important Fed FOMC rate cut decision coming in 3 hours. Okay, well, then that does rate cut decision doesn't mean they're cutting. It could be that they're not, or they are. If they cut, the markets are going to explode. Okay? Like, explode. Seriously. Like, Bitcoin will go past 110 easily if they do that all of a sudden. It's at 101 right now, 101.7. It's been holding strong over 100, man. I'm impressed. Even with all this turmoil, I thought it would be hurting, but it hasn't, man. Impressive, I gotta say. What else do we have going on in the world of sports? By the way, R&M Contractors and Custom Drywall. We love talking about Ray and Mike. And if you live here in South Florida and you're looking for a complete remodel, kitchen upgrade with appliances and all, if you live in a condo, big problems right now for condo owners. Some of the things you need for your insurance and to clear all of this stuff, and peace of mind, waterproofing for your terrace, your balcony, flood test report, all of that stuff. They do it all for you at R&M Contractors, and they make sure it drains properly and all of that so it doesn't cause bigger problems for you. They do impact windows and doors, bathroom upgrades, floor restoration, stucco repairs, drywall level 5 finish. Give them a ring. Call Ray or Mike. You can call Ray right now, man. Phone number, 305-345-3649. That's his cell number, 305-345-3649 for R&M Contractors and Custom Drywall, and tell them that Big O sent you. I promise you, they will definitely take care of you. Okay? Oh, man. So apparently Jalen Milroe has small hands at the Senior Bowl. Like the minimum is like 9 inches. He's at 8.5. Dylan Gabriel, the quarterback, barely to 5'10". Xavier Restrepo, considered to have short arms for a wide receiver. He did weigh in at 200 pounds, so he was stout enough. But his arms are shorter than normal at 30 inches. Those are some of the notes that I saw from the Senior Bowl, because on the first day, they have all the measuring going on, height, weight, all that stuff. So you find out some of the specifics and things that, you know, like the Jalen Milroe one, that will scare some people because they'll think he'll have issues with, you know, holding on to the football and things like that. Kind of like Tom Brady reminding us that Austin Eckler has small hands. So you love it. By the way, the Heat has lowered their asking price for Jimmy Butler. I wonder what they're down to. Like thinking maybe a gift certificate to, I don't know, some coffee joint or something like that, right? Not Starbucks, like some mediocre place that, I don't know, some lesser coffee joint you guys come up with it. I'm not the crazy coffee guy, so I wouldn't know. But the obvious one is Starbucks, right? And that's really expensive, right? Supposedly. I never go to Starbucks, so I don't know, to be quite honest. Well, what did they lower it to? I mean, the problem is that the Suns are the only ones that really want him and really are willing to give him that contract that he wants. No one else is willing to give him a contract. And then he's a problem child. He doesn't want to go anywhere. So that closes the door for a lot of teams. I still don't. I understand why he doesn't want to go to Memphis, because they only want a one and done with him, and all he cares about is the money. The part that's amazing to me is that most people don't see that he's just a bullshitter, and he doesn't want to play hard because he can't. Because if he plays hard for extended periods of time, he will break down. And by the way, it's not worth for gift certificates to the Big Cheese. Gift certificates to the Big Cheese are worth a hell of a lot more than sorry ass Jimmy Butler. So I know that the Heat has lowered their asking price to really cheesy gift certificates, not elite certificates like the ones from the Big Cheese. What else do we have here? Maybe I should take a gift certificate from the Big Cheese tomorrow at Hialeah Park, just in case somebody shows up. Okay, if somebody shows up tomorrow, I'm going to give you a gift certificate. Okay, how about that? $20 gift certificate from the Big Cheese if you come on by and say hi. Just one. I'll take a couple shirts too, just in case. So we'll have 3 prizes tomorrow at Hialeah Park, just in case. If anybody shows up, I'll have 3 prizes. I'll have the gift certificate, and then I'll have the 2 Big O Show shirts, and we'll give those away. Jay says, of the 160 viewers, only 70 likes. Remember to smash the like button and ring the subscriber bell and let it play to help support the Big O Radio Show. Thank you, Jay. You are awesome. That is very nice of you. Let's see. True Fin Fan says trade value for Jimmy Butler equals Cheetos and a bag of envelopes. Oh, a bag of envelopes. I think it's fair. Yeah. Jalen Milroe, I like as a QB prospect. He's got a big arm and can run 4.4. Gift certificates to Jimmy Butler's coffee shop, LOL. I heard his coffee's overpriced too, by the way, like Starbucks. Anybody been there? Because I know somebody that went because they're big Heat fans or whatever, and he told me he paid like, I want to say he paid like $7 or $8 for a coffee. I was like, bro, you paid what? Whatever. Anyway. Lord Warden, DEI doesn't mean didn't earn it. Nepotism. Now that means you didn't earn it. Hopping on a plane now sounds like a steal. Jake from Pallet Town is out of here. Jay says, I have a $20 gift certificate from the Big Cheese and live in Pompano Beach, saving for a special occasion to drive down. There you go. Yeah, you did win. Yeah, because you went down and you won one. That's right. That's right. That's right, Jay. You are correct, sir. Let me do a little music stuff for you guys here. By the way, did you see that Bob Dylan? He's got what's it called? New tour coming out. Now, it's only a couple of dates. So if you want to catch Dylan, you're gonna have to go to Tulsa, Oklahoma. The Tulsa Theater, March 25th, March 29th in Wichita, Kansas at the Century 2 Concert Hall. April 4th at Mankato in Minnesota at the Mayo Clinic Health Systems Event Center. And then on April 6th, it's in Green Bay, Wisconsin at the Wiedner Coffrin Family Hall. Just 4 dates for Bob Dylan. All right. The Rough and Rowdy Ways Tour. By the way, Mankato is the 21st largest city in Dylan's home state with a population of 46,000. So there you go. So he's kind of staying in the area. So if you're a Bob Dylan fan, enjoy yourselves out there. Okay. All right, let's get to musicians celebrating birthdays today. Let's see. Roddy Frame, singer, songwriter with Aztec Camera. Man, I haven't heard of that name and that band in a long time. Born in this date in 1964. Let's see who else also celebrating birthdays today. Eddie Jackson, bassist with Queensryche. Born in this date in 1961. Who also is celebrating birthdays today? Charlie Wilson is celebrating a birthday today. Singer, songwriter, record producer, and served as an lead vocalist for the Gap Band from its formation in 1967 until 2010. How about that? It's a long time. Peter Ballman celebrating a birthday today, born in this state in 1953 with the Tangerine Dream with Edgar Froese. What else? Tommy Ramone. Thomas Ederle. Tommy Ramone from the Ramones. Shocker. Born in this state in 1952. We lost him in 2014. Who else? Max Carl, singer for Grand Funk Railroad. Born in the state in 1950. David Byron, singer with Uriah Heep. Born in the state in 1947. Who else? That's it for musicians. Let's go with other famous people celebrating birthdays today on the 29th. Madison Bailey, TV actress, is 26. Oprah Winfrey is 71 today. Tom Selleck is 80 years old. Adam Lambert is 43. William McKinley, the president, was born in 1843 on this date. We lost him in 1901. Justin Hartley, TV actor, is 48. I enjoy his show. It's called Searcher, Finder, whatever it is, the one that he goes and finds people. Good show. I forgot his damn name now. Yeah, let me hit the damn thing so I can hit his show. Where is it? He's in This Is Us. Oh, okay. It doesn't say it here.
Is it Tracker?
Tracker. That's it. Tracker. I enjoy that show, Tracker. Does a good job with it. Let's see. Riff Raff. He's 43. Heather Graham. She's 43. Who else is celebrating birthdays today? Romario, futbolista, 59. I saw him with Miami FC years ago. That was a trip to see Romario in a Miami FC uniform, dude, playing in at Tropical Park. That's like, it's like I'm sitting in Tropical Park watching Romario play with Miami FC. Bro, I need to pinch myself. Like, are you serious? This is what I'm doing right now? Like, that was like really cool to see him. You know, Sarah Gilbert, actress, is 50. And Giovanna Fletcher, TV actress, is 40. Sean Stanley. Do we have wrestlers celebrating birthdays today?
Yes, we do. Boris Zukov is 66. Hardcore Bob Holly turned 62. And Nevaeh is 39. Those are your birthdays for January 29th, 2025.
All right. Let's go in music history. On the 29th, what happened in 67? Concert goers in London got quite a show at the Savile Theatre where Jimi Hendrix and The Who both performed. A 20-year-old future Queen guitarist Brian May was in the audience. Wow. So Hendrix and The Who are performing, and Brian May was going to become one of the greatest guitarists of all time, one of the greatest music composers of all time in rock history. He's going to take the stage down the line, and he's in the stands. That's pretty awesome. In 79, ELP disbanded. Emerson, Lake, and Palmer. In 83, Stevie Nicks married Kim Anderson in L.A. Anderson was the widower of Fleetwood Mac singer friend Robin Anderson, who passed away from cancer. Nicks admitted she wed Kim so she could take care of Robin's baby. The pair wound up getting divorced the next year. In 2008, the Mars Volta released their album Bedlam in Goliath. And that's what happened today in music history. On the entertainment side, this guy used to be, if anybody used to follow Neil Rogers back in the day, there used to be a show called Smallville, and Tom Welling was the star. And Neil was, he was always like into Tom Welling, so he would call him Tom Swelling, right? So it's funny because I watched Smallville with the wife. It was actually a good show, although that show had some weirdos on it, right? Because the blonde girl was part of a cult. The other girl got involved in a cult, and now Welling, who played Superman in that, was arrested for DUI in a parking lot of an Arby's restaurant in California. The 47-year-old was booked for misdemeanor driving under the influence with a blood alcohol level of 0.08 just after midnight, which was initially reported by TMZ. A booking sheet obtained by the Post described Welling as having a clear complexion, weighing 240 pounds, and lists the occupation as actor, self-employed. His arrest came hours after he shared an Instagram post celebrating with his wife Jessica's birthday. All kinds of stuff happened on that show. And I think the kid, there was another kid that was on there that also had some problems off the beaten path too. But there's a lot of things that went wrong for the people on that show in Smallville. It's weird. Anyway, Heather Graham is 43. Yes, sir. Allison Mack, that's the one. She's the one that was in the call. And then the other one, the cute one, with the one that played Lois, she was involved in something too. And then the other kid that hung around with Allison, the young brother is what it was. He had some issues too, also away from the set also, if I remember correctly. Like a lot of them ran into problems one way or another, if I remember correctly. I don't remember specifically what they were with what is it? Is it Crook is her name, right? The one with the light eyes, the one that played Lois. But yeah, and then I forgot the kid's name too, but he also had some issues. So yeah, it's like really weird, man. Really weird. Smallville was a great show, first solid superhero show before CW jumped the shark. I agree. They were on a roll. Christian Crook. That's it. Crook. That's it. That's her name. I forgot what it was, what trouble she was involved with also. Something. It might have been cultish also. Or she almost got sucked into the cult by Allison Mack or something like that, or something. I don't know what it was. But man, I'm telling you, a lot of stuff happened to the people in that show that is just like, because when I saw this morning with Welling, I was like, damn, dude, that show had stuff go on. I think Mac still in jail? She might still be in jail, actually. So yeah, something like that. Yes, almost joined the cult. That's what it was with Crook. Is that what it was? Yeah. And then the other kid, I forgot what happened to him too, but there was also something there. And who knows? There might have been something else from something with another star there that I overlooked and didn't realize. But yeah, it was crazy.
It was Allison Mack, right?
Yes, Allison Mack.
All right. She was released from prison in 2023.
Oh, okay. All right.
The article said on Monday, and that was July 5th, 2023. So around that time frame.
Okay. All right.
She ended up serving 2 years.
Weird, bro. Weird shit. Yeah. Michael Rosenbaum, who played Lex, had a podcast. He interviews other actors. Solid pod. Really? Okay, cool. He did a good job, by the way, playing Lex. I thought he did a really, like, his role. He filled his role. I enjoyed Smallville. I thought it was a really good show overall. I got to say, I really enjoyed Smallville, but it got a little crazy towards the end there. But that's kind of the way it is. Not everybody keeps up. By the way, the markets are like, they are like waiting to see what happens with the feds in a couple of hours. We'll find out. I think 2:00 we'll find out. That's when we'll find out what's going to end up happening, overall. By the way, Acura Pembroke Pines, a proud sponsor of our program. We love talking about Larry Schlossberg, Pat Nasto, Tony Stampone, all the amazing people out there at Acura Pembroke Pines. And they've got the customer appreciation event going on right now, customer appreciation sales event. And they are the #1 volume Acura dealer in the United States. We got 0.9% financing for 72 months on the ZDX. We've got 3.9% financing for 60 months on the 2025 Integra, $339 a month. The RDX 2025 model, you can get $399 a month for 3.9% financing for 72 months. Check it out for yourself. By the way, if you own or lease an Acura, you can also get it serviced there. My man Mike Chan, Jordan Ferber, they do excellent work there. So go check it out at Craig Zinn's Acura of Pembroke Pines. And don't forget, folks, you can always make a donation to the show, Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show, Cash App or Venmo, and you can make a Bitcoin or Ethereum donation. You can also, by the way, follow us on Twitter at Big O Show or on Instagram, Threads, Blue Sky, Big O Radio Show. You can follow us there also on all of those at Big O Radio Show. So many ways. Don't forget to smash the hell out of the like button. Okay. I don't know if I can say this on air because I got a DM. He says, Big O, my wife got the email, 17 years with the Fed. We lose her retirement and all her benefits starting February 6th. See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? Okay. I understand that the size of our government is way too big. It's ridiculous. We overspend. I'm not going to argue that. But I'm also not going to be naive and say that a lot of people's lives are going to be drastic. The pandemic, the decisions to just shut down everything. Dude, you know how much that ruined people's lives? Did you really have to completely shut it down? Because I worked. I was in a business that they couldn't shut down. So Bill and I were working constantly. We had 3-4 live shows every week. That's when I was going crazy and working my ass off. I don't do that anymore. But anyway, we were, so I didn't stop. But you know how many lives were ruined because of the pandemic, and they shut their business down or lost their careers or whatever because businesses closed down or whatever. It's, and so you see this person send me a DM and says, "Big O, my wife got the email, 17 years with the Fed. She loses her retirement and all her benefits starting on February 6th. Because you're building it up for your retirement." Man. So while we need to do it, have a little heart too for some of these people out there, okay? This is going to change, Let's see. Somebody sending me the Dolphin assistant O-line coach Lamel Jean-Pierre spending some extra time with Sharks offensive line Gray Zebel before today's practice. Oh, North Dakota State. I see. Okay. All right. Is that a good thing for that lineman? Thought I'd mention it. I'm not sure that's a good thing for the kid. Not really convinced. Let's see. If I were the Dolphins, I would tears Hill out, and I would put him at CB and punt return. Sick of him. Come on, Dolphin Dave. You gotta let's stay in reality, bro. Military spending is a real issue, bro. They're gonna build a dome. They're gonna spend even more on military. So just last year the DoD misplaced. Well, yeah, that's all mismanaged too. They still never found the billion that they were audited like 4,000 times and they never could find the billion. But that's our whole government. By the way, it's not like all the other administrations didn't mismanage. Just because these guys take over doesn't mean they're going to manage anything right. You know what I'm saying? Just because they're pulling money from one place, where are they going to put that money? In their pockets? Come on, man. I mean, I wasn't born yesterday, dude. They're already lining their pockets as it is with all this crypto and everything else that they're doing. Pat says, if you cut the 2.4 million federal workers, you would save 1% of the federal budget. Yeah, I know. It's like the whole thing. Like, well, we've picked up 1,700 or 3,000 migrants this week. Okay, great. They've allowed like 14 million in. At this pace, you might get to 500,000 by the end of your term. Like they tweeted out, Doge is saving $1 billion a day. Well, at that pace, at the end of the year, you're at 1/3 of a trillion. We're only down 37 trillion. How many billions in 1 trillion? No, but they're saving you 1 billion a day. But people are stupid, so they fall for shit like that, and then they don't really do the math of the big picture. We're not very bright. So what are we going to do? Doesn't really matter, man. It's this group's turn to take a shot at all of us, and then another group will come 4 years from now, and another one 4 years from now, and they'll just keep burying us deeper and deeper into the abyss. Who we kidding? So it's just not the answer, ladies and gentlemen. But what are you going to do? What else do we have going on? Bitcoin still holding steady. Thank the Lord. Although if we get a cut today, I hope you guys got in because we're about to explode. One way or another, we'll explode. One way or another, we'll explode because inflation will push it or these guys will print it. One of the two. It doesn't matter. You know. I have no more notes. I am out of here. I appreciate all of you out there. We thank, of course, the great Sean Stanley. We thank all of you for tuning in. If you send in a super chat, thank you, thank you, thank you. If you made a donation through Cash App or Venmo or PayPal, because sometimes they come in throughout the day and the night, and I appreciate all of you out there, as always, because that's a great way to support the hell out of us and keep us afloat. We will see you tomorrow afternoon at 3 o'clock from Hialeah Park. And I will see some of you later on because we will definitely be doing a Crypto Bro show after the FOMC meeting and the news because something tells me some kind of news is coming and it'll be big. Let's see. Y'all be good out there. Much love.